YouTube is live. What's up, YouTube? Hope you're having a great morning or great afternoon, wherever you're at in the world. So the first thing we're going to do today is we're going to look at Forex Factor, and we're just going to do a little day-by-day review, a little recap, so we can all kind of get a trading plan on what we're looking at today. So no news today. So no news today means ideally you should be able to find a cleaner move if there is no chop. If there's a clear direction, you should be able to get a clear move, identify a trend, bam, play that, right? So on Tuesday, we don't really have any important news relevant to the US dollar. So you can see that we have some other currencies here like GBP or Great British Pound, which we have this news, but I don't think that's going to affect the US dollar too much. In fact, I'm almost very certain it's not going to affect ES too much. So on Wednesday we do have some news. So on Wednesday we have CPI, right? And then we also have federal funds rate, FOMC. So Wednesday is going to be a very, very high impact news day, meaning whenever I say high impact news day, that just means we're likely to have a lot of movement on Wednesday with price just because of all the news we have. So we have 8:30 CPI, and then we have 2 p.m. So my plan for Wednesday, and feel free to mimic this, feel free to hear this out and be like, I'm not doing that. It's all up to you. My plan for Wednesday is I'm going to look for a small, light size trade around CPI. I'm not going to completely avoid it. I'm going to look for a light size trade around CPI and try to catch one of these news moves or news reversals that I like to catch. If I catch it, I'll make a ton of money. If I don't, I'll lose a little bit of money. So that's just what I'm looking for. I'm looking for high risk to reward, light positions. I'm going to go a lot lighter than I usually do. And I'm not going to be trading any of this. You all know I stopped trading at 10:30, and even if I was trading past 10:30, I would not be messing around with trading FOMC statements. So Thursday we have PPI, and we have unemployment claims at 8:30. Friday we have consumer sentiment, and this often has a little bit of an effect on price. It's not usually like some huge move, but it still should be significant. So that's a little recap of this week, what we're looking for on the fundamental side. Now we're going to go over to the technicals. I'm just going to check the chat real quick, make sure everybody can hear me, make sure everything is good. All is good. Beautiful weekend for us this weekend. I'm glad to see you. Cool. Good, man. I'm glad you had a good weekend as well. Cool. So all is good in the chats. So we're going to continue. So what are we looking at right now? I'm looking at a few things. So one, we just made recent all-time highs. So that's important to note before I say anything. We just had all-time highs. This is the highest price has ever been. What's this level right here? Right, so we can actually move this to here because this is the all-time high. And then we have this high, which is the Asian high. We do have this high, which was actually really relevant, but now I actually don't want it because this was broken through a few times to the upside and on the downside. So now we're going to be looking at more recent levels. And then we have this New York open. And we're also going to mark out this London low. And we're also going to mark out this New York low. So for anybody that's watching this live that is confused or that is not completely in tune with what's going on, I highly recommend watching the premium courses. You already have complete access to the premium courses. All you have to do is click on the premium courses tab. It's a diamond emoji, and there's a lot of helpful videos in there that I think you'll enjoy a lot. So definitely pay attention to that. So New York Open, right? So this is the New York Open right here. So what have we been doing really? Right? Not much since market open yesterday at 6 p.m. So we haven't been doing a whole lot. We've been having a little bit of a kind of messy downtrend, but not enough for me to say we're in a downtrend. So right now I'm just purely watching price to see the reaction it's going to have to New York Open. And I'm not even forming any biases yet. I'm just really just observing. I'm observing and I'm saying, okay, what is price likely to do? And what signs would I want to see for me to form a bias? So personally, I would like to see us close above this level for me to form any sort of bullish bias, and below this level for me to form a bearish bias. So right now we're just kind of neutral. I will say, I will say that if we come up near all-time highs, it's going to be very, very hard to make predictions on price and to make analysis on what price is likely to do. Because when you're looking at all-time highs, when you're dealing with all-time highs, you don't have any data, right? Price is already done, or price is never done, never been in this area before. So you don't have any data, you don't have any levels to look off of because price has never reached this level. So if price has just stayed below here since the beginning of time, and price is up here, there's no levels yet. So we're gonna have to wait, we're gonna have to be patient, we're gonna have to practice patience, practice sitting on our hands a bit if we do come near all-time highs, because I don't like trading when I don't have much data I can go off of, So all the way up to all-time highs, I'd love trading, but once we get to all-time highs, I'm like, just relax a little bit. Good morning, good morning. Out of NQ shorts for $600. That's what we fucking do. Shout out my man Dallas Dragon. He's been absolutely killing it. He's actually sending a lot of his own analysis in the premium chat. That's one thing I love to see. Always feel free to do that. He's learning the strategy. He's teaching others the strategy, and he's making some fucking money. That's what I love to see. Bagini, my man Bagini out for $922. That's what we fucking do. That's what we do, everybody. Beautiful, beautiful. So, short they were looking at was this rejection of New York Open. That's just a little scalp. But that's beautiful. Out for $900. Out for 96. Damn. That's what we fucking do. Quick $500. That's what we do. Y'all just watched us make fucking 500, 2,000, pretty much like over $3,000 in a minute. That's great stuff, everybody. Great stuff. Right, so I could be honestly watching a setup right here, which would look something like this. Shorts and then targeting this level. So that's what I'm looking at right now, honestly. At this current moment in time, that's what I'm looking at. Break and retest. You know what I actually want to do? I just want to check GameStop just because I just want to see what level of craziness we're currently at in the marketplace, in the US stock market. Okay, that's actually not, I mean, this is all I could just shoot back up again, but something, and this is a really interesting study. Near election years, the market will act very, very weird. And there's usually so much opportunity near election years, especially with crypto. And I attribute it to a few things. I think the first thing it's connected with is people's level of confidence in mainstream investments, which in my opinion is quite low. So when people are not that confident in investing in nice normal things, like they don't want to go buy Walmart stock, they'd rather buy meme coins, like they'd rather buy an Andrew Tate meme coin, that shows me that people are not as confident in traditional investment methods, because let's all be really real here. If people were confident in traditional investing methods, Dogecoin would not fucking exist. Nobody would be buying Dogecoin, nobody would be buying Shiba Inu. So the reason people are buying it is because they're losing faith in traditional investment methods and they want a quicker gain. They want more profits on their investment, which makes complete sense. But this will lead to a lot of interesting market behavior because this is the first time in a while, this is the first time in a long period of history that people have had such low confidence in traditional investment mechanisms, right? So there's always a cause and effect. So the cause is that people are losing confidence in traditional investment methods, and the effect is that untraditional investment methods like Dogecoin, Shiba Inu, all this fun stuff is going a little crazy. Every year has been so weird. Yeah, we've had some weird stuff, everybody. We've had some weird stuff. How did I decide where to place my blue box? So that is a New York Open. So I definitely recommend watching. Let me just make sure everything is filled out perfectly. But so New York Open will be marked from the first candle at 8 a.m. on the 15-minute. I definitely recommend everybody to watch the premium courses if you haven't already. Ton of stuff, and it explains everything we do here. Yeah. I just had it marked to the body instead of the wick. But right here, you can see we open up right here. We come up, test the top of this. We break through this. We do retest that. So that is kind of a clean retest. You could have done something there. I think people did get in there. But now I'd be wanting to see another retest of this level for us to move down. Lots of liquidity in these other areas too. Yes, definitely. I noticed old New York opens get respected twice and then stop working. I agree. I agree. I definitely would say it's like around that like maybe once or twice level, and after two times, I'm like, I don't like it anymore, you know? But that's actually a really good observation. It's a very helpful observation because it will allow you to have more of a confluence on your trade. Say, okay, is this the second time we're respecting New York Open? If so, this could be a nice trade to take. Is this the seventh time? If it's the seventh time, not looking as good, you know? So definitely a good observation. Gazer's a good person to talk to, by the way, for the strategy. He has a good understanding of the strategy. So is Dallas Dragon. A lot of people in here are Shiba Moon, Shiba Man. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff with the crypto meme coin space. Just Vegas. That's the crypto meme coin. There's small crypto coins that you can get into that are not Vegas that actually have good teams behind them and they're actually doing really important things and cool things and are going to grow as companies. But when you see something called like there's a coin, I'm not going to say the name of it, but there's a quite interesting coin that was developed like to like mimic the Tate brothers, and y'all probably know what I'm talking about. But I mean, this is an odd time. That's all I'm gonna say. It's an odd time to be an investor, to be a trader. It's a fun time though. GameStop. I didn't even know that. I gotta close the Discord chat section right now. But yeah, there's some interesting coins out there, my friends. Interesting coins. But if you do want to make money in crypto, that's how you treat it. You treat it as money you can afford to lose. So you don't go in emotionally. You literally go in and you're like, I'm probably going to lose this. And then you probably do lose it. But if you don't lose it, you usually make a nice return on these meme coins. All right, so volume wise, we are looking a little slow right here. Are looking a little slow. So I really just want to see some sort of trend form here. Even if we just come right here, expect us to ideally get a little bit of a bounce here and maybe something like this if we do come test this right now. Definitely expect us to have a little bit of reaction. Maybe we just continue going back down. What's considered good volume? Good question. So on the 1 minute, I like to see over 1,000 each candle. Volume up here. Do I need to buy a few stocks on Robinhood before it lets me trade? No. So you need to apply for options trading on Robinhood, but definitely like, and I say this so much, and I think this is so important, do not buy any stocks, do not make any investments or any sort of trade until you understand exactly how these platforms work and what you're doing. And this is not me saying like, oh, like don't do it like it's like a bad meme thing. This is just trying to help you because if you're buying any sort of investment before understanding how it works, there's so much risk in that. Investing always carries risk, and most day traders lose. Day trading is very risky. But day trading without knowing what your day trading is like the most risky thing ever. Like that is it's like skydiving without a parachute. Like the shit just it ain't gonna look too pretty, you know? Don't ban me for that, YouTube. But yeah, just understand the asset class you're trading, understand the broker, and take some time and learn. And then once you learn, you can place trades, but just do not worry about rushing into any trades at all. But you're in the right place to be asking questions. So currently, it looks like we could come down and test this level. Is there news? No news today. No news today. Just looking like a classic little Monday sell-off currently. Look at the VIX real quick. VIX is inverse ES. So whatever VIX does, ES does the opposite and vice versa. So if VIX continues to move up, ES will move down. And if VIX moves down, will move up. It's inverse, inversely correlated. Oh yeah, I did a video. I actually haven't posted it yet, but I recorded a video for Instagram talking about the part of trading that nobody talks about. And it is so important because so many people do this, but nobody talks about it because it sucks. When you're in a state or when you're in a time in your trading journey, at a point in your trading journey, where your day is dependent on how good you traded, that does show that you're committed. It shows that you're definitely on the right path, but it's a very dangerous place to be. And I would try to get out of that phase as soon as possible because what that means is that you're more focused. Your focus is on making money and not on the process because the thing you're using to judge yourself, the thing that is controlling how happy you are for the day is something that's completely irrelevant. It's how much money you made rather than focusing on how you made the money or the process. So if I'm you, I would be focusing on the process used to make that money. So did you follow your rules? Did you follow your strategy? And if you took a loss, no biggie. But I would get obsessed with the strategy, get obsessed with the setups, get obsessed with the analysis, and get less obsessed with the dollar amount that you're making per trade. Because if you focus highly on, like one thing I recommend doing, and I always tell the story, is focus purely on finding high risk reward trades. I didn't even say taking them. Just find the trades. Get in the habit of finding the trades every morning. Bam, 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 bam. Find the trade and train that muscle. Train that part of your brain that looks for those trades, that's going to be taking those trades. Train that part of your brain by literally finding them every single morning on different asset classes or on the same asset class. But just find them, find them, find them. And then your brain will start to identify them. And then you'll start making more money than you know what to do with because your brain is already so adept and it's already so good at finding these kind of setups, right? So I highly recommend to stop focusing so much on the outcome. Right? Because if you focus purely on the outcome, you can't control the outcome. And this is like such a big thing. People are going to be like, "What? I cannot control whether my trade goes up or down. Like I just can't." Right? And I've accepted that, but so many people have not accepted that. They think, and this is going to get deep, so just bear with me. They think that how they feel and the trade that they're in is supposed to have an effect on how the market moves. Let me say that again. They think that the trade that they take and how they feel about the trade that they took is supposed to have some sort of effect on the market. So they'll get in a trade, and I know y'all have seen this. They'll get in a trade and they'll be like, come on, please bounce, please reject, please reject. What? Think about that. You are in a trade. The market's going to do what it wants to do, regardless of what you do, whether you trade, whether you don't trade. You are in a trade, and since you're in a trade, you're expecting your own thoughts and your own trade to have some sort of influence over a giant market. And that's why so many people lose, because they enter these trades and then they start acting like the trade is like up to them. Like it's like, oh, this trade's gonna win now that I'm in it, And I'm like, what? Like the market's just gonna do what it wants to do. So your only job as a trader is to find great points to enter and exit the market at a profit. Notice I did not say stare at the chart all day and catch every single move. To find a good place to enter the trade and a good place to exit the trade. That's your job as a trader, to manage your risk, to find a good place to enter a trade, good place to exit the trade in the market, and to manage your risk accordingly so you can grow your account and make profits. That's your job. They be blowing on the candles. No, it's true. It's like yeah, I mean it's this like weird, not weird, it's this human tendency to believe that we have more control over events that we don't have control over in order to make us feel better about them. So it's like we like to believe we have some sort of control because then that makes us feel more powerful. But in reality, we don't have any control at all over the market. How are we looking volume wise? Let's see. Still very low volume. Very low right now. Our brain tricks us, definitely. Yeah, it does. I mean, the brain and your emotions will trick you so much in trading because, and people forget this sometimes, the reason you're emotional is because you're dealing with money. Like it's not like it's numbers on a screen, yes, but especially when you're first starting out and you see your profit and loss go up like $100 or $200, like you know what I mean, like go down $300, go up $300. You are thinking about everything that you could have used that $300 on. You're like, oh, I could have bought groceries, I could have bought food today, I could have bought this dinner, I could have paid gas, I could have got the car wash, or like all this different stuff because you are so concerned about the dollar amount. So that's why I'm trying to get you to focus much more on the process behind the trades and much less on the exact dollar amount behind each trade. Also, YouTube, if you're watching this, and everybody who's watching the live, I'm going to say it again. Academy acceptance and denial emails are going out right now. So check your inbox. If you applied for the Academy, you'll be getting an email saying either you got accepted or you did not get accepted. No hard feelings if you did not get accepted. We just have thousands of people that applied, and we're only going to be accepting 25 people, right? So thousands of people applied. We're only going to be accepting 25 people. So if you are accepted, you have 48 hours to claim your spot, to secure your spot. And if you do not claim your spot within 48 hours, your spot will be given to the next person on the list. So do check your email. Check your email, check all your folders. I know I'm not great with my emails, like checking my emails personally. So just make sure to check your email with this because this is important. And just because it's time sensitive. So let's see if we have that setup I talked about a little earlier play out. So that'd be a little retest. Gonna move back down. Let's just see. I could not play out, but let's just see if it does. Lifetime members are already in the academy, so you do not have to check your email due to the fact that you are already in the academy. And you'll be given access. You don't have to worry about that at all. You'll be given access. You'll be given all the roles when it's all ready. So you just have to sit tight. If you didn't get an email, you'll be getting one soon. So if you applied, you'll be getting an email. If you apply, you'll be getting an email. And we're manually sending them. We don't just have like some bot that's like sending it to everybody, or else we would have been done by now. But we're manually sending them. I'm going on there and I'm sending people emails. Hey, you got accepted, or hey, you did not get accepted. So that's why it's taking a little bit of time because we wanted to actually go through, read the applications, actually take the time to send out the email. Yes, we could have had some bot sift through it all, but it's not really how I like to do things, especially with this. Yeah, so I'm eyeing a retest right now. I'm eyeing a possible retest only if we close below this. So if we come above and we go up here, I'm not looking for that at all. This is just purely a below this level kind of play. And it's relatively low volume day right now, so I'm not too confident right now. This is like a medium. It's like a B plus setup, right? A B plus setup. Just because we're not really in a downtrend, we did have a little bit of a sell off, and we're just not there's not too much confluence, but it's a good play out. So I'm going to cut the YouTube video here because I got to keep it under 30 minutes for YouTube. So peace out, YouTube.